If you think Avengers, Doomsday is just another crossover event, you're already too late. Something has already been removed from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and the most disturbing part is that the story is acting like it never mattered. This isn't a warning about what might happen. This is the aftermath of a decision the MCU has already made. Pieces of reality are vanishing without funerals, without last words, without even acknowledgement. Stay with this video until the end, subscribe now, and leave a like, because once you understand what Doomsday truly is, you'll realize the MCU has crossed a line it can never undo. For over a decade, the MCU trained audiences to relax. Death was flexible, consequences were temporary. If something went wrong, time travel or the multiverse would politely fix it later. Avengers, Doomsday cancels that agreement without asking. This film doesn't revolve around death. It introduces erasure, a state where characters are not lost, but removed so completely that reality reorganizes itself around the gap. No soul waiting elsewhere, no backup version. Just a universe quietly pretending everything is fine. The multiverse was sold as infinite freedom, but freedom without limits eventually becomes instability. Every incursion, every fractured timeline, every heroic attempt to fix things added stress to the system. Doomsday is not a villain with a plan or an ego. It is a response, a correction mechanism. Reality reaching a point where it stops negotiating and starts deleting contradictions. It doesn't hate heroes, it doesn't fear them. It simply doesn't need all of them anymore, nor does it care if they exist. Erasure is unsettling because it refuses to be dramatic. Characters don't fall in battle or deliver final speeches. Relationships subtly rewrite themselves. Conversations that should happen never do. Entire arcs feel unfinished, not because of bad storytelling, but because the universe has sealed those paths shut. The audience feels something missing while the narrative moves on confidently, like someone rearranged your room and insists it was always that way. This is where speculation begins, but it follows the MCU's own logic. Characters tied directly to instability are the most vulnerable. Doctor Strange exists to bend time and probability, which makes him useful to viewers and extremely inconvenient to a universe craving order. Wanda Maximoff is literally built from rewriting destiny. Ant-Man has a habit of accidentally breaking reality, which was funny once. Possibly twice, less so during a cosmic correction event. Avengers, Doomsday behaves less like a story and more like a process. You don't stop it, you experience it. The Avengers aren't assembling to defeat something, but to witness how far their interference can go before reality pushes back. Every solution risks creating a worse imbalance. Every victory comes with an invisible cost. The question is no longer who can win, but who is allowed to remain once the universe finished cleaning up. Here's a crucial retention detail: the most impactful erasures may never be shown. The MCU experiments with narrative silence. A character simply stops being referenced, stops influencing events, stops mattering. Someone like Hawkeye or even Hulk, already drifting from the narrative center, doesn't need a dramatic exit. The story can just stop needing them. No disrespect, just efficiency. This marks a tonal shift the MCU has avoided for years. Permanent loss forces attention, it removes the safety net. By choosing erasure over death, the franchise blocks nostalgia-driven reversals. What's Gone isn't waiting off-screen for a Phase 7 surprise return. It has been overwritten. Doomsday isn't escalation, it's subtraction. And subtraction, ironically, is what gives meaning back to the remaining pieces. Viewers who connect with this kind of storytelling usually gravitate toward narratives that commit to consequence, stories where endings stay ended. That's exactly the philosophy behind the ebook 50 series, To Watch Before You Die. It's a curated collection of shows that understand finality, transformation, and irreversible change. If Doomsday feels strangely refreshing despite being terrifying, that's not an accident. Another disturbing element is how memory functions after erasure. There are no memorials, no emotional processing. The universe adapts to cleanly, that leaves the audience holding emotional continuity the story refuses to acknowledge. You remember what the characters don't, which means the viewer becomes the only witness to something that technically never existed. It's unsettling and, yes, slightly rude. Heroism itself is redefined. Traditional heroism relies on sacrifice being seen and honored. Doomsday removes recognition entirely. A character can save reality and still be erased if their existence threatens balance. No legacy, no statue. Captain Marvel's cosmic interference, Loki's temporal contradictions, even legacy figures carrying overlapping identities all exist on borrowed narrative time. Importantly, Avengers, Doomsday is not setting up a reset button, it's closing doors. Multiversal travel becomes dangerous not because of villains, but because reality itself is tired. Each jump risks triggering further correction. Recovering what was lost may cost something else. The MCU is signaling the end of consequence-free experimentation and the beginning of something far more restrained. Patterns begin to emerge. Erasure targets redundancy. Multiple versions fulfilling the same narrative role cannot coexist indefinitely. This places characters like Sam Wilson's Captain America or alternate legacy figures in a fragile position. The universe doesn't need echoes, it needs stability. And stability, unfortunately, has no emotional attachment. If this perspective is changing how you see the MCU, be sure to like and share the video and subscribe right now, because the era of comfortable speculation is coming to an end. What will truly replace it is a narrative where absence speaks louder than spectacle, and where the most important moments are those you've already seen but can never revisit. And that's the most disturbing realization of all. If Doomsday proves the universe is willing to erase its own foundations, then this isn't just about characters disappearing. It's proof that something much larger is already happening behind the scenes. This is exactly what was revealed in the video already on the channel titled Avengers. Doomsday confirms the MCU is ending. Click and watch now, because once erasure becomes an accepted solution, it never stops at heroes. It keeps moving upward until the question is no longer who survives, but whether the Marvel Cinematic Universe was ever meant to survive at all.